This fall, USF Housing is opening the Stonewall Suites Living Learning Community. This LLC will be a place where LGBTQ+ and ally students can find and create an environment and community of awareness, respect, and advocacy for all sexual orientations and gender identities. There are no degree or GPA requirements for this community, and both first-year and returning students can apply.
By living in this LLC, you will gain an understanding of LGBTQ+ identities and identity development, learn about opportunities available to you at USF and in the greater Tampa Bay area, and receive information and resources regarding academic support and career readiness.
You will also be engaged in activities organized by Housing and Residential Education, the Office of Multicultural Affairs, and the Department of Women's and Gender Studies.
There are even more benefits for residents of the Stonewall Suites LLC.
Peer support among individuals who understand what LGBTQ+ students experience on college campuses.
Share and encourage leadership opportunities such as joining LGBTQ+ student organizations and submitting conference proposals.
Greater opportunity for academic success by sharing resources available to students both on and off campus.
Receive information about scholarships and awards.
Connect and engage frequently with LGBTQ+ and allied students, staff, and faculty right in the residence hall.
This is the space where bulls can be who they are, be bold, be free, and be loved. Stonewall opened the door for gay rights. Stonewall Suites is the living room. This is our home.
You're doing it the wrong way. You're walking behind me, supposed to be walking in front of me backwards. I can't believe, do we pay you for this? So hello everybody, my name is Officer Extra. Don't interrupt me, you're gonna yell at me and move the camera around. I'm gonna go over and learn how to work in the dining hall. As usual, we're running behind because our camera person does not have any semblance of organization. And so we're in a place, this is called the Village. And so this is the Village place. That person's got the wrong school shirt on. That happens though, you know, you just don't pay attention to it. Hello everybody, I'm back. My name is Officer Extra. I am extra concerned with your safety. They have not washed their hands. Can you see these students do not look like they've washed their hands one bit. I feel dirty, Jessica. Do we have any gloves? Oh no, I'm eating my mustache. Oh, we got gloves. Let me see those. There we go. See, my camera person does not pay attention one bit. She's talking about bingo. We're here with Jessica, Cicalese. Here, I'm learning how to serve the students and swipe them in at the dining hall. And so look, the eyeballing us. I don't even know who that is, but look, she's eyeballing me over there. What do you do here?
I'm the dietitian.
I read the name tag, but what do you actually do around this place?
I help students find the healthy option and help them navigate eating on campus to meet their dietary needs.
Why can't I just eat unhealthy and just run on the treadmill for an extra half hour? So
I think everything in moderation.
that sounds like a total cop-out. She's interrupted me now. Did everyone see that? Now she's not even letting me talk. It's my show, and I can't even get a word in edgewise. So I got my glove on, and so how often should I be changing my glove out before, you know, I get another ID card and run it through the machine?
Every time you swipe a new meal card.
Someone over here wants to get checked in. Okay, I can help him out. Okay, I'm gonna need your card. Let me get your card. Hang on a sec. Did you wash your hands first? Yeah, I don't believe you. Hang on. Let me get my. Hang on. All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna run the card through like this. You gotta go slow though, Angelica. You gotta take it easy. You don't want to go hurting yourself. All right, here we go. Here we go. Is this thing even on? They're eyeballing me over there again. Look, there she is. She's eyeballing me a second time. I told you that person's trouble. Hey, thanks to everyone in dining for letting me come out and hang out and try out the job a little bit. I'm Officer Extra, your host of Officer Extra. Coming up next, USF Housing Live.
Gregory Bowers, Sierra Rose, Maxwell Morinelli, Elisa Goldberg, Irene Naomi, Courtney Cadogan, Geraldine Paredes, June Dickens, Chris Herrera, Stephanie Jockman. Wednesday, May 9th, 2018. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live!
Welcome everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Gregory Bowers with Housing and Residential Education here at the beautiful University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto, best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. We are coming at you live like every episode, ready to answer your questions in real time. Just go ahead, type them in the comments, and we'll get back to you right here from our set on campus. And so this episode, Eat, is all about food, dining options on campus, healthy eating. We're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and meet our guests for this evening. We have Katie Jones from Student Health Services. Katie, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you.
We're happy to have you here. We're going to be with you in just a moment. Our first guest is Jessica Cicalese from USF Dining. Jessica, how are you?
Hi, Greg. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm happy to have you here. Are you doing well, too?
I am.
Look at that. You answered the question with a question. You should be a lawyer. All right. So, Jessica, tell us a little bit about what you do here.
So I'm the marketing director with USF Dining. I'm also a registered dietitian and a proud USF alumni.
And so tell us a little bit about the experience in the dining halls here on campus.
Yeah, so dining here at USF is a big part of the community and a big part of the campus community. It's just more than swiping into a dining hall. We have themed events, we have a bunch of activities, and we partner with other departments to make it really exciting for students every day.
And so how does a meal plan work?
Yeah, so we have a variety of meal plans that consist of meal swipes and dining dollars. Students swipe into the resident dining halls, and once they're in, they have full reign. We have dining dollars that can be used as cash at our retail locations, such as Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Pollo Tropical, and more.
Very cool. And so how many meal swipes and dining dollars will students get when they sign up for a meal plan?
That really depends on which dining plan that they choose. Like I said, we have a variety of plans, starting with our open access, which has unlimited swipes, but then we have commuter plans that have 32 swipes, 60 swipes. It just depends on which dining plan fits their lifestyle.
Sounds like you have a number of options available.
We do, yes.
Excellent. And so what about those students who might be living off campus? Can they get a meal plan?
Absolutely. We do have commuter plans. Those living off campus can really choose any dining plan, but we do have those that have limited meal swipes getting into the dining halls that fit students' lifestyles living off campus a little bit more.
Cool. And so there are a number of questions I get from students who are talking about their different dietary needs, concerns, questions. And so how are those addressed in our dining halls on campus?
Absolutely. So I'm a registered dietitian, but we also have another registered dietitian full-time. Her name's Mary Waddell. She meets one-on-one with meal plan holders that have dietary concerns or food allergies, and she really helps them navigate through our dining halls and pick out what's good to meet with their dietary concerns.
Excellent. We met Mary in the Officer Extra before the show, didn't we?
We did. They met, yes.
She was very nice to that very mean man.
Yes, she was.
Whoever he is. All right. So, Jessica, I got a question here about payment for meal plans. So how do students pay for their meal plan?
Right. So when students select their meal plan, it's uploaded right to their Student Oasis account. So that's, as they pay for their tuition, their books, other fees, that's how they pay for their dining plan.
And so what about students who want to use financial aid? Is that an option for them?
Absolutely. Just like I said, as tuition, other fees, students can apply their scholarships or financial aid towards the dining plan.
And so should students be paying for their meal plan right now that they've committed to USF?
They don't have to. On the terms and conditions, there's the due by dates and things like that. But there's no money now if you purchase a plan or you select a plan, you pay later by the payment date.
Okay, so no one's like sending cash in the mail to you at this point or anything?
No.
Not that you should send cash in the mail, please. I did not tell you that. If anyone told you that, it was Jessica. I'll blame it on her. Okay, so Jessica, another question for you here. Where can students go to learn about all the different dining options on campus?
We have usfdining.com. That's our website. Students can go on there, check out our hours of operations. They can download our hours of operations, and then you can navigate through our locations online and click on the location. You can access our menus online as well as nutrition information too.
Cool. And what about operating hours?
Yep. So there's a downloadable PDF that students can download. I know a lot of students do that, or they can just go and see what's open now.
So let's say a student wants to contact you about the menu. I know sometimes students say, hey, I really wish that we had this option. What can students do to get feedback to your team?
Absolutely. So we love students' feedback, and we encourage it. And in every one of our locations, we have these cards by the cash register they're called Voice of the Consumer. It's a survey students can take, and that feedback goes directly to our managers' cell phones and our emails.
Oh, wow. So like that's really plugged in. Goes right to their cell.
We're notified immediately when they take that survey. So we take that feedback, and if it's a menu suggestion, we'll implement that as soon as we can. So yes, we really value students' feedback.
All right, and so I got another question for you here. This question is, what if students have more questions that maybe we haven't answered today?
Yeah, so if they have more questions, obviously, like I said, they can take that survey and type in their questions there on the Voice of the Consumer, or you can visit our usfdining.com website. We have our USF email as well as our number that goes directly to our meal plan office. Students can call, email, and we'll get back to them within 24 hours.
All right, now, Jessica, there's a lot of talk about new stuff opening next year. I know that Pinnacle Hall is going to have 3 dining locations on the first floor. There's the Argos Dining Center that's going to be opening up in the fall. Come on, give me something. Tell me what's going to be opening up.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a very exciting time for USF Dining right now. We have over 25 locations currently, but in the fall, we will have 30 locations on campus. And like you said, in Pinnacle Hall, we will have BurgerFi, gourmet burgers, custard, really great brand that we don't have yet here on campus. We're getting a state-of-the-art Starbucks in Pinnacle Hall, which we're really excited about. And there's a third concept coming too that we don't know yet, but will be opening this year as well. At Argos Dining, we are opening this fall as well, which will take and accept our meal plan and meal swipes and dining dollars. We'll have a local organic coffee roaster in there. We will have flip kitchen, menu rotation. We will have an all-day brunch concept, and we'll also have a demo kitchen that our registered dietitian can do cooking demonstrations for students in there as well.
That is so cool. And so you're going to have to rewind, folks. That was a lot. I heard BurgerFi. Beyond Burger. I love the Beyond Burger. Just personally, it's the second time I had to mention it. It's just so cool. That's so awesome.
Yes.
I got a question here for you. Gus asked, so is the meal plan payment due the same day as tuition?
Yes, so we have aligned our meal plan due dates with the USF tuition date as well.
All right, another question from Gus. Is it possible to grab food to go at the dining halls?
Yes, great question. So we do offer a to-go policy. We're tweaking the policy right now. So we're working on those terms and conditions, but we do offer a to-go program with to-go boxes as well as to-go mugs with a companion program as well.
All right, excellent. So I got another question here. This is a me question. Syed asked, can you please explain the difference between double suite and double en suite? And so that's over in the Village. I believe that's in Beacon, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it's not Summit. I hope I'm not getting it wrong. But what I do know, so you go to usf.edu/housing, click on Housing Options, then choose Suite or Traditional, and then choose any of the buildings you want to look at. And so that's over in the Village that we have some of these double en suites and double suites. And some folks may be wondering what the difference is. We actually put the general dimensions of those rooms right on the building page for every residence hall. And so if your building has double en suite and double suite, it will actually show the difference between them. But essentially, if you choose a double en suite, it is a smaller room than a double suite. And so if you go to the hall rate section on our webpage, you'll see there is a price difference there because the room size is different. So double en suite is smaller than a double suite. And so Jessica, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And Jessica will still be here, everyone, if you do have additional questions. Our next guest is going to be Katie Jones from Student Health Services. But first, we got a little video we prepped for you. This is the first installment in a series called Jack Eats, where you're going to learn how to cook delicious meals right in the residence halls. We have more USF Housing Live coming your way right after this.
Hey Bulls! Catch up on episodes you may have missed and see what's coming up by visiting usf.edu/housing. Select About Us, then USF Housing Live. Choose an episode and get ready to live the Bulls life.
Hey Bulls, I'm Jack, back with more Jack Eats. I'm loving food as much as ever and ready to teach you some more great, fresh and easy meals. Let's get started. Today, I'm going to be making barbecue jackfruit sandwiches. So first, I'm going to strain the liquid from this jackfruit. Next, you're going to want to cut the cores out from your jackfruit. The core is the part at the end of each piece that is a little bit tougher than the rest. So we're going to start off with about a tablespoon of oil. Go ahead and add the jackfruit in. Add 2 tablespoons brown sugar. Next, we'll add 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce. Next, we'll add a teaspoon each of paprika and garlic powder. Next, we'll add 1/2 teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and chili powder. Now we'll need to add a little bit of water to thin out the sauce. We'll put this on the stove to bring to a simmer until the jackfruit gets nice and tender. While your jackfruit is simmering, you can go ahead and get started on your broccoli slaw. We'll start out by preparing about a 1/4 cup of chopped green onion. We'll start off with 1/3 cup of mayo. Next, we'll add 1/4 cup rice vinegar. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of sugar, a dash of salt, and a dash of pepper. Now we'll mix this all together. We'll add in our broccoli slaw. Throw in your green onions. Now stir your dressing into your slaw. Next, we'll go ahead and toast some buns in the oven. Now that we've got our buns, our broccoli slaw, and our jackfruit ready, it's time to put it all together. Who knew fruit could look this good?
Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Gregory Bowers. You are someone else, and this is Katie Jones from Student Health Services. Katie, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm happy to have you here. We're going to talk a little bit about some education behind eating, some smart choices, and tell me a little bit about what it is that you do here.
Yeah, so I'm a registered dietitian. I work with Student Health Services, so I'm able to provide one-on-one nutrition counseling for any of the currently enrolled students. Students can be referred from one of somebody else on campus or one of the providers in student health, or they also have the ability to just call and schedule themselves if they're interested in having some more one-on-one nutrition education.
And so any USF student can reach out and connect with you for assistance.
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. So let's talk about making smart food choices on campus. What does that look like when we talk about students getting smart in the classroom? What about getting smart outside the classroom, making smart food choices?
Okay, so here on campus, as Jessica just mentioned, we do have a lot of good options here on campus. So the students that have dining plans, eating in the dining halls, there's a good variety of good options. One thing I always tell students is if you're going in there, make sure you try to make a salad, get some fruits and vegetables, take advantage of that. If you don't have a meal plan and you're going to be on campus, some other good options is going to be planning ahead, packing a lunch so that you have food and you're not going the whole day without eating. So kind of being mindful of that and knowing your schedule and knowing what your day is going to look like when you're on campus too. That's
excellent information here. We're going to go into a live question that just came our way. And so as many of you know, there is a Publix coming to campus. And so Benjamin asked, will the on-campus Publix be open in time for the fall semester? Benjamin, the Publix will not be open when you move in. Don't worry, everyone likes surprises, and so we'll have a big gala, I'm sure, when that opens up. It's going to be somewhere, maybe December, maybe January, not sure exactly, but what I do know is that it won't be open in August, and so you'll have to wait just a little bit longer. But don't worry, you got tons of dining options on campus, and of course there are other grocery stores right nearby campus, including a Publix is one of those options there. So Katie, let's talk about nutrition resources available to our students on campus.
Yeah, so one of them, as I mentioned, is there's one-on-one nutrition counseling available that's offered through Student Health Services, and then also specifically with USF Dining for students that need more guidance for eating in the dining hall. There's Mary, who we mentioned previously. You can also meet with her. Other things that we offer, we do some nutrition programming, outreach programming. Again, as Jessica mentioned, the Cooking with the Dietitians is something that will restart in the fall. That's cooking demos where we cook quick, easy, convenient meals and kind of give students that education that you can prepare quick yet still healthy, balanced meals and on a budget. Other resources, nutrition related, we do have a campus food pantry that's available for students that are struggling or in need and need some supplemental food assistance.
And so that's called Feedable,
yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And how would a student access that resource if they had the need?
So we have our hours of operation. We're open during the semesters, fall and spring, 4 days a week. The hours of operation are on our website. It's just usf.edu/feedable. So all students need to do is just access the pantry. It's in the SVC building. We just go off of the honor code. There's no financial screening. If you come in and say that you need some help with some food assistance, then we offer that to you. We also have partnership with USF Dining in that too, where they provide us with some fresh fruit and vegetables and some bagels from Einstein. So we have perishable and non-perishable foods available.
Excellent. So you heard here, folks, if you are in need of that resource or have a friend who's in need of that resource, usf.edu/feedable. Excellent. And so let's talk about eating on a budget. Many of our college students want to be budget conscious, but they want to eat healthy. And so can they do that on a budget?
Yes, you can definitely eat healthy on a budget. One of the main things is going to be planning ahead and honestly trying to set a financial budget for yourself. One of the biggest things that I find that's an easy way to save money is to cut out the frequency of eating out. Your money does not last as long if you're buying fast food or restaurant food on a frequent basis. Your money will be better spent in the grocery store if you're responsible for now purchasing your own groceries. Some other tips for budget saving money guidelines would be looking at the sale papers, seeing what's on sale at the different grocery stores. Sometimes you can actually benefit. I know it takes a little bit more time, but you might actually need to make 2 trips to different stores to get the stuff that's on sale. Some key items that tend to be a little bit more expensive, some things that you can save money with vegetables, for example. Buying frozen vegetables instead of fresh is always a good option. With fruit, you buy what's on sale because what's on sale is what's in season, so you're naturally going to get some good variety in your fruit intake.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
So if it's on sale, it's in season.
Yes.
Cool. So you're getting what you need and it's cheaper.
Yes.
Awesome.
Saving that money. And then other money saving tips, again, just not buying in bulk. I always recommend, if you can, try to get into a routine of grocery shopping weekly. Plan what you're going to eat for the week and make a list. Don't go to the grocery store without a list, because you usually will then buy a bunch of random stuff and then you get home and it's like, oh, what am I going to do with this? So if you have a plan ahead of time, usually you won't spend money on stuff that you wouldn't necessarily buy if you hadn't planned for it or put it on a list. Another thing I always say too, don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. I always come out of the grocery store with a lot more food if I was hungry than if I wasn't when I went there.
I have made that mistake, I'll be honest. You go through the grocery store, like, look at all delicious options everywhere. Fantastic. And then there you are, it can't fit in the car.
Yeah.
And so, okay, that's smart thinking. Do you have any quick tips for general nutrition for our students to be thinking about?
Yeah, so one of the first ones would be start your day with a balanced breakfast, making sure you're giving yourself enough time to have breakfast in the morning. Some other things, a key concept that I always try to educate students on is the concept of ensuring your meals and snacks are balanced. So with meals, we want to try to make sure that we're having combinations of whole grains, a fruit or vegetable, and then also a source of protein. Healthy fats are also kind of woven in throughout the day too. But what you eat doesn't make a difference, especially, for example, on your energy levels. If your food intake is high in fats and saturated fats, a lot of times you'll feel more sluggish and bogged down throughout the day. So how you pair food together does make a difference. So that balanced concept is kind of a key one to stick by. Some other quick tips would be trying to limit your consumption of sweetened sugary beverages, trying to use water as your main source of hydration. And then also, I always suggest that students try to avoid energy drinks. We shouldn't necessarily feel like we have to rely on caffeine or energy drinks to feel good or get through the day. Focusing on that balanced eating and then also adequate sleep is going to be important there.
Sleep is important, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, students. You want to make sure you get sleep. And so are there any other common mistakes students might make when they're away from home at college for the first time when it comes to their nutrition?
I think for some, just kind of getting into that routine of now being responsible for your own food intake. If you don't have the meal plan, again, now you might have to take care of going to the grocery store on your own, preparing your meals. Trying to rely on fast food and stuff can sometimes become a problem because of the convenience factor. So a good rule of thumb that I usually recommend for eating out, and again, because we're trying to save money, would be limit your eating out to twice a week if you're if you don't have a meal plan. Trying not to rely so much on those convenient, the more easy something is, usually potentially the less healthy or balanced it is. So again, trying to make sure you're setting time aside, planning ahead, kind of having an idea of what you're because you can still make quick, convenient meals. I mean, you could make a balanced meal in 10 to 15 minutes. So you don't have to have this thought that I have to have a microwave meal to make it quick and easy. So again, it's just kind of getting into that new routine of now having your own responsibility for buying your groceries and making your own food.
Excellent. It's very helpful. Katie, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Hope we can have you back again soon.
Yes, for sure.
Next week. All right, the deal. So I got another question that just came in here. This is
Okarike asked, are room choices now open for freshers? I am guessing that means first-year students. And so if you're talking about, can I get a room on campus now? Absolutely you can if you complete your housing application steps. Here's what you do. Go to usf.edu/housing. Choose housing application from the top menu. Use an application process. Just follow the prompts from there. It'll say all the steps for future residents, new students, and you can see the 5 housing application steps. And there's a link for all the room selection information. And in fact, you're going to be able to choose your exact room on campus. You get to pick exactly where you want to live. And so all the power is in your hands. It's really cool. But you do have some other steps you need to complete first, and that's all right there on our website for you. And so I want to say thank you so much to our guests for joining us, Katie Jones and Jessica Cicalese, and that about does it for all of us here at USF Housing Live. I am your host, Gregory Bowers with Housing and Residential Education. We are the best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. This show comes at you at youtube.com/USF Housing, facebook.com/USF Housing, and in the USF Class of 2022 Facebook group. We are always live, ready to answer your questions. Special thanks to our student crew out there for making all this possible. We've got an episode coming to you next Wednesday, May 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, all about living and learning in Maple Hall. So Maple's an awesome residence hall to be in. You're going to learn all about it and all the different LLC options over there as well. But wait, there is just one last thing. Go Bulls! Good night, everyone.